Homelessness in Knoxville. It's not a new problem, but it's a problem that affects far too many in our community. Between April and September, more than 1,100 people were considered newly at risk of becoming homeless. We spoke to 3 members of the homeless community here in Knoxville.
Tennessee just became the first state in the nation to brand this a felony. Pitching a tent on public land that's not actually a campsite.
We're out here homeless, we're trying to struggle to make it, and they're just trying to make it worse on all of us.
Well, new this morning, a troubling increase in the number of homeless youth in rural East Tennessee. Yvonne Thomas breaks down the data collected by the Tennessee Valley Coalition for the Homeless.
Living in a shelter or living on the streets. That's the heartbreaking reality for 41 youth in our community.
New at 5, it will soon be illegal for homeless people in Tennessee to camp in parks. That law also includes property owned by local governments. It makes the offense a Class E felony. Now, the bill became law without Governor Bill Lee's signature. It's already illegal for homeless people to sleep or camp on state-owned property. Violators can face jail time, a $3,000 fine, and the loss of voting rights.
When we step out as community members and we just continually hand out food and clothes, we're actually really not helping those people. We're really enabling them to just stay on the streets and be comfortable.
For the second Friday night in a row, protesters marched through downtown Nashville. This time, they plan to risk getting arrested. Welcome to News 2 at 10. I'm Haley Wilkes. Tennessee became the first state in the country to effectively criminalize homelessness today. The state's Republican legislature made it a felony to sleep on public property.
Next door in Missouri, a similar law takes effect this month. A misdemeanor, not a felony, but local governments that don't enforce the camping ban can be punished. And money earmarked to build permanent housing must instead be used to fund treatment programs and build state-sanctioned temporary homeless camps.
Data collected by the Tennessee Valley Coalition for the Homeless shows a 20% increase in rural youth homelessness in the last year. These individuals are literally homeless, ages 24 and under.
Well, Robin, tonight's outreach was led by a woman who lives in downtown, and she wants to help find a solution. She says it's time to start looking for a new approach.
The more we sit and just give out, we're feeding the problem.
Simply for existing, you could get a felony, which makes it all the more difficult to get into housing, strips away your right to vote, and harms people in any multitude of ways. So this is simply a law that makes the problem worse than it already is, and the problem is already unspeakably bad.
Something called Housing First has become the primary approach to tackling homelessness. Get someone an actual home, not a shelter bed, offer but don't mandate addiction treatment, and the rest should follow.
Chief Development Officer Mikhail Armayo says when a youth becomes homeless, the goal is to rehouse them within 30 days. It's pivotal. Armayo says the data shows that when a person stays homeless for a longer period of time, they're more likely to become homeless over and over again throughout their life.
At the end of 2021, the city reported more than 3,500 homeless people living in Knoxville and 1,300 at risk of becoming homeless.